As Spears' funeral is being held by Mira's tribe, at a fairly good distance away, we see that Red, Fang, and their kid Sancha Spike into car. Look on a fairly good distance away. Over the past few months after Spears' sacrifice against the fire demon, Red has made significantly good progress in staying away from his man-eater habits when it comes to the locals, and now can tell who he can eat and who not to eat, good or bad moral code, more or less. And as Mira's tribe then puts Spear in his tomb, giving Red and Fang and the kids time to go inside, so that way Fang can give his proper goodbyes to her longtime friend, her companion, ever since the beginning. Once she takes a small smell of his corpse, she roars as is still in disbelief and denial that he was truly gone. As she left with the kids, following suit, leaving Red and Mira alone. Much like Spirit Fang. Red and Mira have grown close over the past few months, especially with the baby growing. And being a father, Red is doing whatever he can to protect both his family, Fang, and the kids, as well as Mira, and whatever remains inside of the pregnancy. As Spears' legacy will continue to live on. A few days go by as we cut to Fang and Red just chilling around the locals as Sancha, Spike, and Sakar were playing with Jabu. All goes well until, Jabu jumps on top of Sancha's back, and that causes Fang to have a bit of a chain reaction as she aggressively comes near him, only for Red to come in and calm her down just a bit as she knows that his mate was still grieving over the loss of Spear, as Mira does the same, de-escalating the situation. And once that was over, Fang looks over at Mira and notices their baby bump was growing. Same with Red, as they get overprotective once more. Red surveying the area with his one good eye, whilst Fang was making a nest for her. Red still kept that promise to Spear that if whatever happens to them, they'll protect their family no matter what happens. Later on that night, as the family of Tyrannosaurs were sleeping, Red was resting on top of Fang, still comforting her, whilst Mira was still looking at the paintings that Spear has left behind. Then Mira goes back to resting with the Rex family, a semblance, a remembrance of what she has left of her best friend. As Fang switches up positions, going near to sleep next to Mira, nuzzling her head, as Mira places a hand on his snout, petting him. But sadly, peace amongst Mira's village didn't last too long, as a bunch of 3 packs, a pair of Andrewsarchus, came in and started kidnapping a bunch of Mira's people. Once the family of Tyrannosaurs heard it, they immediately jumped into action, attacking them individually. Sancha, Spike, and Sakar attacked one, while Fang and Red attacked 2 of them, but sadly, Sancha and Spike didn't manage to kill the 3rd one as he manages to escape with Jabu and Jaws. The 3 young Tyrannosaurs try to go after the Andrewsarchus that had Jabu in his jaws, but Red and Fang stopped them, as they don't know of how many Andrewsarchus are if they're gonna lead them away. A few nights later, everyone gathered around to set up a secure warrior so they can go and find their people and maybe get them back to their families. As Red, Fang, Mira joined them along with a few companions to accompany them. Same with Sancha, Spike, and Sakar. They only managed to travel for a few minutes until Red picked up a dead body, which was the shaman, or at least upon closer inspection of what was left of him. But Fang and Red knew that they had to keep moving, so they escorted their kids as they continued on with their journey on finding on where those Andrewsarchus had taken one of their people. Well, mirrors, that is. They then take a quick pit stop at a watering hole. The Tyrannosaur family gathered around to take a drink, as Red checks up on Mira to see if she's holding up well with her pregnancy, to which she is, trying to shrug it off. After Mira wakes up from her small nightmare and tries to take a drink, a bunch of Andrewsarchus from once before came in to attack them. But luckily, Fang and Red manages to wake up in time and goes in for the attack. As it's an ambush, leading to Fang and Red ripping them apart, biting one in half and the other one its limbs, etc. Anything to bring their numbers down. Unfortunately, more Andrewsarchus were coming, to the point that Red and Fang's family were surrounded, leading them to having a roaring match with one of them, as Mira and the last remaining companions were hiding behind one of the dead Andrewsarchus carcass. Just before it looked like it was about to be over, the Andrewsarchus then smelled something that was rather, well, rotten but familiar to them, as they immediately ran off, leaving everyone what they think is their time to breathe, their way of retreat. Once the Andrewsarchus were gone, Fang and partially Red were still on guard, but mostly Fang. Sanja, Spike, and Sakar tried to go and check it out, but Fang ushered them towards their father Red for safety, as she smelled something familiar to them, as Red caught on immediately. As Mira and the remaining guys were anticipating on whoever Fang was getting ready to battle or be hostile with, same towards Red as, well, not as hostile as his mate, but still high on guard, protecting their 3 kids from behind. Until finally, whoever came out of the bushes, it was none other than Undead Spear, as Mira was shocked beyond her core, as Red and Fang roared on the top of their lungs. Fang was roaring the loudest out of the two. That's the end of part 1.